I'd like to welcome everybody to the We Can Talk Basketball and Music podcast. Today we got a very special guest, my brother Salim Bey, who plays the lead role of Rilo in the movie 20 Bands 2 and the 20 Bands 3 movie series. He also has his own podcast on this network, the Starman Films Global Network, called Word Power with Salim Bey. How you doing, brother? I'd like to welcome you to the show.
Yes, brother, I'm doing good, my brother. What's going on with your stocks?
Not much, my brother. Not much. We are we got a very important topic today, and I feel like no one else better could cover this than you, my brother. And we're gonna also talk to more of our family members, our crew members on this subject. The subject today is TakeOff, Jay Prince Jr. and mob ties. How do you feel about that situation? We tragically lost a young brother to gun violence last week, actually on Halloween night going into November 1st. We tragically lost Takeoff, one third of the Migos, which is like the biggest hip hop group of all time, arguably. So how do you feel about that, brother?
I mean, me personally, just me being who I am, how I see things a little bit different. I feel like that it was there was like a setup. I feel like there was a setup, and it was kind of ritualistic because it happened on Halloween, and things do happen. I feel like it's deeper than what we know it is. Um, I felt like that Jay Prince's son is reckless, B. You know what I'm saying? I feel like
I
Jay
agree.
Prince Jr. is reckless, and he's
you,
endangering.
you know what's crazy?
Mhm.
What just came to my brain when you said no Halloween. Okay, so he died November 1st. Okay, it was Halloween night going into November 1st. The strange thing is, do you know? Do you notice how many of those rappers died in November?
Yes,
Just
that's
about
why I
every one
said
of
that.
them.
Yes, that's why I said it's ritualistic. It's like, it's like when people don't realize, like in my culture where I'm from, like when you make sacrifices, when you play with these spirits, you have to give them their due diligence. They want paid too. So when you sign these contracts, you don't know if you're signing over to the devil. You don't know who you're signing to. You don't know what energy is giving you what. But in
Right.
order for you to move into your next phase of life or the next phase of your wealth, you have to pay. You have to give a price. So being that Takeoff was always, from what I see, because me, that genre of music is not my genre. Me, I am as a 90s, 80s baby when it comes to hip hop. You know what I mean? And I reggae, dancehall, and
Well,
culture
I operate in that genre, in that space.
Yes. So me and you from the same era of music, you know, being that, you know what I mean, I like Takeout's personality, it was kind of like, surprising that they would come at him because he was the quiet person, and he was like he didn't get into nothing. He stayed at distance from foolishness. He was just, minding his business, watching his uncle reaction. When his uncle said let's roll, his intention was to roll. He didn't expect that somebody was going to shoot him in the back of his head and then get shot
And
again.
the thing is, man, like how I feel, man, when you come to these, all right, so the big thing is like you gotta check in when you go to these states. That's the big thing in hip hop right now. It's like, yo, when you come into my state, make sure you check in. That way we could provide this protection for you. You check in. I feel like he was on Jay Prince's son's watch.
Yes,
I feel like he was on their watch. So when they went out to Houston and and met up with Jazz Prince, which is the older brother, for his birthday. From the moment they landed, they were under Mob Ties' protection.
yes,
That's Mob Ties' responsibility is to make sure that they're safe.
yes. My
So
question is,
with
but
that,
check this out, Stocks. I don't mean to cut you out, but check this out, right? This
yeah,
is
brother,
just
yeah,
being
brother.
me. I'm being the advocate now. He just me. If I'm coming to your state and I never really, this is not my state, honestly, you know who I'm gonna check in first for my own safety? And I'm just being real. I'm going to the
So
authorities for my safety. I'm not gonna trust none of them. And I'm wearing ice platinum. I got diamond teeth,
if
like I
you
wear
are
diamond teeth. I'm not gonna
if
be
you are a
trusting none of them.
multi-million dollar if you're a multi-million dollar artist, exactly. You check
I'm
with
going
the
to the
authorities.
authorities.
That's right.
So if
That's
something
right.
happened, they already know what's going on. They already know that I'm okay. I'm in Houston. I'm around Jay Prince and them, because they invited me here. So I need y'all to send somebody with me to make sure my safety. We're going to a party and it's a birthday party. I need somebody to secure my safety because I'm a platinum recording artist and this is for my safety and my entourage. So anything won't nothing happen. And then
Whatever happened?
this,
Whatever happened to hiring security? Whatever happened
yes,
to going online and hiring a bona fide security company, ex-police officers, ex-military, some people who are professional. That way, when stuff like this transpires, you know they're gonna work in your best interest and as few casualties as possible, as few innocent people harmed as possible.
like for instance, my cousin out of Boston, they have an international security company. They're called Silverback Silverback security or guards. I forgot what they call it, but they're called a Silverback, and they do security. And they some big men and they've been doing this for years. They could have hired them. They all over the US. They're in Atlanta, they're in Boston, there's a bunch of them. They could have hired security. It's plenty of security. You can look them up. They're called Silverback. You know what I'm saying? Security. And they, they guards and whatever. They, what I'm saying, they need to carry entourage that is trained. You know, I know people gonna say, man, you want to put the police. Man, I feel comfortable regardless of what they're doing. I feel safer if I have the police with me.
Hell yeah,
So
most
because
definitely.
see then, but because then Mr. J. Pitts Jr. with his reckless self wouldn't been able to come off the way he want to come off if you got Houston in the building. If you got Houston Sheriff Department, if you got Houston PD, he wouldn't be able to act crazy like he was wanted to.
But you know that goes against the oh we gangster, oh we thug. That goes against that goes against that image. They can't ruin their image. You see what I'm saying?
Man, I don't want to hear that
Like
blood clot.
that
I don't
that's
want to hear
that's
that
why
blood
they don't
clot
do it.
business. Yes, I don't want to hear that blood clot business. When it comes to $1 million, and I'm worth a lot of money to Coach K and all of them down there, I'm gonna secure that bag. I'm gonna call the authorities. I don't care nothing about all of the that's against the street code. Listen here, when you come to other people's cities, that's like they come to North Carolina. Every rapper that come here tried to pull that stunt and they end up not getting done the way they got done, but they got checked on some streets and on some street vibes. So these rappers must understand that when you go to cities and you rough a bag, call the authorities to get you proper security like any other millionaire being there. You don't see Jay-Z walk around with just goons. You don't see P. Diddy just going around with just goons. They have actually security and authority. You don't see a 50 walking around and they worth millions of dollars with just goons. They have bouncers
So
and
so
security. You won't even
so
get near
here's
them.
here's another side of it. Here's another side of it. So being that the culture influences everybody and encourages everybody to check in with these gangsters and so forth and so on when they're in these cities, being that they did check in with Jay Prince Jr. and Jazz Prince, maybe they felt like they didn't need any security. Yo, we're with Mob Ties. Yo, we with the guys. Yo, they run Houston. We should be good. You know what I mean? This my peoples. He said we good. He said we good. I'm gonna just bring 2 or 3 shooters and we should be straight. You know what I mean? So I mean, I would probably feel the same way. And then I want to blow my tree. I want to go to a couple of little spots that the police may not need to know where I want to get into a little something
I
like
can
we
dig
all
it.
do.
I'm
So
dig it.
maybe
I can
so
dig
so
it.
then so I would put the onus on them, but I also have to transfer some of this onus over to Mob Ties and Jay
Yes,
Prince Jr.
I get
because
it.
those guys were they were under the belief that they were under you guys' protection, and then you're gonna let your boys get in. From what I'm hearing, he got into the argument with Jay Prince Jr. himself.
Yes, he did. And you
So
know what I mean? And that's my
so
thing about it. You know what I'm saying? How much, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I ain't gonna speak too much in about how much if they mob tie, there are rules to this. There are rules.
Yeah, if there's mob ties, if this is the real mob, Jay
There
Prince
are rules.
Senior, Jay Prince Senior has to give his boy up. Cause here's how it
Yes.
played out. Let's run through it real quick, and we may have different points on what we saw or whatever. But here's how it played out. So Quavo arguing with an unpictured guy. We say it's Jay Prince Jr., but it could just be one of the mob ties. So he's arguing with mob ties. Let's say Jay Prince Jr., whatever. And then Jay Prince Sr.'s brother, Mike Prince, was supposedly the one who had the white hat on turned backwards with the dreads, was trying to calm things down. Quavo wasn't really trying to hear it at that time. He was pretty pissed off. And I can understand why. You out of state, whatever. You got to also know how to control your temperature when you out of state like
And
that.
exactly. You're in
You
somebody
know,
else's zone. You can't pop off in somebody else's
you
zone,
can't
man.
pop off like that, and then you can't
No,
even,
man.
and then you popping off on the people you there with. So you got to be able to control that. So then what we see is him saying, "All right, later for that," and then he walks off. He like, "Fuck that," and walks off. He said, "Let me go before I hurt somebody." And then you kind of see TakeOff making a move to leave, and then this guy in the yellow hoodie kind of brushes up with him. Boom, and then you hear a shot or whatever the case, and then all mayhem from there. At which point do you feel like, I know it could have been stopped from the beginning, but do you feel like this could have been avoided even in the
Yeah, it
midst
could
of
have
an
been.
argument?
It could have been avoided if Takeoff. I mean, if Quavo would have watched what he said. If he would just didn't kept that statement out of it, it would have de-escalated. But
It
his
might have
mouth,
de-escalated.
yeah, loose lip sink ships. Remember the episode of my podcast? You see how a
Yeah,
loose lip?
true,
You see
true. But then the
that little
thing is,
incident, that little bit of fraction, Mr. Starks, that little bit of, man, let me leave before I heard sunrise about it. No, man, you can't say that because you in somebody else's city underneath their watch. So they figure, oh, so you on some tough man shit now. You understand?
right,
You on some
right,
tough man. You're a bad boy
right.
now. You in my
Yep.
city talking your smack
So
instead of you just stepping off like, all right, my bad. You know what I'm saying? Cool, you got that. I'm in your city, so I ain't gonna disrespect nothing. Let me go and leave, man. This is getting out of hand. He could have said that this is getting out of hand and stepped off. Then the vibes would have just eased off. You know what I mean?
so
But
so
no,
then
but no, Quavo want to beat his mouth and try to be gangster like the music. And this is where Mr. Charleston White comes in. This is why he talks about them like this. Their mouth vibrates the wrong frequency.
once that takes place and the gunfire starts, and all the mayhem takes place, and it's all over. Then Jay Prince Jr. is seen basically just walking past Takeoff's dead body while Quavo's there trying to pick him up. Okay, so we just played that scene out. We just played everything out. Shortly after that, Jay Prince Sr. puts out a statement, a long paragraph statement. I call it a poem.
I call this a
I
riddle me
call it a
this
riddle.
shit. I call it a riddle
I
me
call
this.
it a riddle.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Like he the
so
Riddler or
so
something. Talk
yeah,
straightforward,
I
man.
call it a riddle. So he puts this riddle out and doesn't quite address the situation. Now, where I'm from, the mobsters that I grew up looking at on movies and so forth and so on, and just here recently, I believe, on this new movie that's out, this mobster movie. I ain't gonna say the name because I'm not gonna promote it, but when someone in the family does dirt or does wrong by another mobster member, the head of that family has to make things right.
Yes.
They either have to give you that person who wronged that family, or they have to make things right in other ways. Most likely, they give you the person who did the wrong.
Yes.
So in this instance, I believe Jay Prince needs to give up the person who did the wrong.
Yeah, he needs to. That's going to be right because it's going to be ugly if he don't.
So
If
I mean,
he don't do the right thing, it's going to be ugly for him. and the whole is gonna mess up his whole empire because some of his son and his little, you know what I'm saying, and his little roaches have done, because that's how they move. They move like roaches. What they doing? They disrespecting the whole title of that whole. You know what I'm saying? This is what happens when you watch too much TV and you want to be like the mob, and you never grew up around them and see actually how they
The thing
function.
is, I think, all right, so we're both fathers, and we both got sons.
Hmm.
Um, and you know how it is with your son. They want to be dad. They see pops doing things. They feel like they could do it. When they were little, you go to work, you got your hammer or whatever you go do at your job. They want to emulate you. They act like daddy. They couldn't wait for you to get home so they could be like daddy. So as they grow up, they feel like they are daddy. And sometimes, even in my instance, your son can often feel like he's on your level.
Yes,
Like, okay, well, that, I have his same genes. I'm him. I'm the new him. And they feel like they can skip a whole lot of hard work, a whole lot of grind to be on, because we had to grind hard to get where we are. And
yes.
a lot of times our boys feel like they can kind of just take a pass, man, and just get there without doing the hard work. So when it comes to Jay Prince and his son, I'm like, yo, nigga, tighten your son up. You see what I'm saying? Like, yo, tell your son you have to do the work. You're not a gangster. I'm the gangster. And then to keep it real with you, I've never heard Jay Prince doing no gangster shit.
No, not like this magnitude.
I've never heard of that. Bushwick Bill, I heard doing some gangster shit. I heard of Bushwick Bill doing gangster shit. Willie
Yeah,
D
look.
might have gotten a fight or two. Scarface, never heard of him doing no gangster shit. Jay Prince, never heard of him doing no gangster shit. This is just keeping it a band. No charges, no nothing, which could be cool because you could just be a very professional person with how you operate. But during those times, man, we kind of didn't give a fuck.
But see, this is the thing about it. A real mobster, a real person, he's not gonna be the one. He's not gonna be the fast talking hardcore person. He's gonna be the soft spoken with a briefcase, doing paperwork, sitting in the coffee shop, sitting down doing papers, hiring people to wash dishes, acting like
Which
he's
is
a
what,
normal person.
which is why I respected Jay Prince because I'm like, okay, well, he does fit that. He does fit that prototype.
Yes.
He does fit that prototype of a boss, of a mobster. But now looking at this, he has to do something. He has to do something that's very gangster and very boss right now. This is his chance. This is his chance to show that real gangsters and real mobsters exist. Give your boy up, Jay. Give your boy up. If real mobsters exist and it's a real mob ties, show the world how it operates. Give your boy up. Give that other little dude up. Let's keep your name straight. Other than that, I think his name's soiled.
Yeah, it is Sawyer right now. And see, here's the big thing about it. Being that all this happened now, you at the feds is on you at the feds radar now. They can pick up Rico anytime they want to now because it happened more than one
Anytime.
time, buddy.
Anytime. Because in a
See?
Rico, it doesn't have to be the boss man touching anything. It could be the smallest guy in the crew. Or he got
Yes.
to go out there and do something and say I was ordered. He don't even have to say it. They can tie it up themselves.
Now he
So
has it. Now he's gonna have to do something.
so
Oh, it's over for him. And his whole
and they
operation.
better not and they better not touch the little boy. They
Yes,
better
they're
not
gonna
touch
make
the
it
little boy
worse.
because then it's
They
just gonna
can't.
turn it up even more. So
Because if I'm not mistaken, the mayor and the governor done already spoke on it where the feds is in on it. They done made a statement talking about, you know what I mean? The feds is
the
in it.
feds have been watching Jay Prince for quite some time.
This is on the
They've
added
been
heat to the
watching Jay
fire.
Prince. He did a whole lot of talking on that on one of these podcasts, one of his interviews. He talked on it quite a bit. They've been watching him for quite some time. He said they even tried to kill him.
I believe it.
So
But
I'm
my
just
thing
like this,
about it
man.
is, you know what I'm saying? My thing is, like I said before, it looked like a setup. They should have stayed out of Houston. Because regardless, you know what I'm saying, this ain't got nothing to do with that, but every rapper that I've seen go down to Texas end up getting shot, man. In different cities, in different is there's something about Texas and these rappers. And it also goes back to my podcast about frequency. When you keep listen to Mr. Starks, when you keep rapping about kill, murder, whole bitch, this, scatter this, all of this stuff, it creates a spirit. And then the spirit needs to eat and it needs to feed off of something that you're talking about. It needs that a boost of energy from your frequency. That's why I went talking about the proton and electron. See what this situation was a neutron situation. This was a neutron situation that spin out of hand. And did nobody know how to become the proton, and then nobody know how to defer it to be an electron. Just choose your path. That's why you said you can't serve two masters. You can't serve righteous and then do evil. It don't work like that.
Nope.
But
That's right.
here's what can happen. But good can control evil. And it always has been. Good can control evil to the point where it can be used to do a right thing. But
Well,
in
I mean
this case,
that's
yeah,
like when they always said back in for for those who were heavy in church, God is the devil's boss man. That's where that
he
comes
is.
from, right there.
Yeah, he is. But see, in this case, the Most High allowed it because what rap song, and let me ask you, what rap song out of the Amigos is spiritual, giving praise to God anywhere?
I can't say that there is any, but I don't know their
See?
whole catalog like that. I
No,
don't
but
really
I'm just
listen to them
saying,
like that. I know they're a
yeah,
hot
me
group.
neither, but I'm saying from what the records I've seen is nothing but foolishness. And see, when you don't, and see, this is my thing. I don't care what your spiritual belief is. I don't care. I love my brother to wherever it is. You know what I mean? But when you don't give the Most High your understanding praise, there's consequences, man. And now they had to give the enemy praise, and this is what happens when you talk that frequency. And that's like back in the day starts. You know how people talk about they're gonna do something to somebody, and then you got that one real person out the crew. We're like, okay, man, you keep talking now. When I see bro now, I'm gonna put you on Front Street now. Don't get scared now. You sit here talking that Willie Bobo gangster, and we're gonna see this guy coming up now since because I'm friends with both of y'all, but since you're gonna talk like you tough, and I'm trying to tell you to let it go, and you want to be big man, when I see bro, because I don't want to feel guilty, I'm gonna tell him what you said, and y'all gonna defend it right then.
Right. Yeah.
That's what you call the devil's advocate.
Yeah.
And seeing that, and this is exactly what happened in this instant case. Somebody was playing the devil's advocate, and Quavo had to come out his mouth and slide and say that one little incident set Jay Prince Jr. off like, what nigga? And then they got in a tussle, and then shot ring out.
Yeah, or when you the boss like that, and he got his little hitters, all you got to do is that
Yeah.
right there.
And
You do that,
my thing is
and then
Jay Prince
there's
Jr., he's a
gunfire.
clown. I'm gonna say it for real.
He's
He's
a
a
super
clown.
clown. He's a super
Because
clown.
why would you walk
And
past a man dead body and tell whoever it was, don't ask me shit, bro? You incriminate
because he
yourself
was
by
beefing
saying
with
that.
her. Because he was
Yeah.
the reason he did that because he was beefing with Quavo. That goes to show you that he was in an argument with Quavo.
Yes,
That
that's why
goes to
he's
show
guilty
you
as
that.
charged.
And he
That's
was
why he's
pissed
guilty
off
as charged.
because it led to the gunfire and niggas is dead. So he like, yo, don't say shit to me. Fuck that, and getting left. But if it's mob ties, right? It's mob ties. We mob ties. If it's mob ties, then the boss of the mob should be able to get you who did that thing, to get you that hitman, to get you that hitter. The boss should be able to get you that hitter.
He's supposed to be cussing like, yo,
No.
find out who did that.
Remember, he's a cool dude. Remember, so all he needs to do is make sure We gotta have heads, bro. Heads gotta roll. What I would do if I was the boss, I'd go ahead and get the guy in the yellow hoodie. What's his name? Little Cam, Big Cam, and go ahead and I'd go ahead and have him turn himself in. That's the first thing I would do. And then I would have my son make a public statement. Now, after the public statement, if the authorities take that public statement and run with it, or the public don't forgive him, whatever the case, I'll
Oh
ask for them
well.
to forgive my son. But
Yeah.
the authorities, they ain't trying to hear it. They're gonna lock the nigga up.
Yeah. Of course. But that's the right thing to do if you don't want no beef.
That's what I would do as a boss. Let me tell you, anytime my son got into trouble, I know we spoke on this earlier, but I'm gonna I'm gonna reiterate it because the public wasn't there. But anytime my son ever got in trouble with the law, with people, whether it was beef, whatever, I've always marched him right to it. If he came home running upset and somebody stole on him or whatever, beef, they jumped him, me and him went back right there. If it's running from the police, nope, come on, let's go. We're going to the station and see what they got on you. Man up. You got to be
Yeah,
able to
man up. That's
control your
all, man. That's what
offspring.
real gangsters do. That's what
That's what
real
real
gangsters
gangsters
do.
do. You man up. You don't go running. You hiding for months. You ain't ate good. Your family miss you. You bringing stress on your family. The police knocking at the door. You don't do that. You be a man. You be a mobster. So Jay Prince, if you're a mobster, if you're a boss, and I used to look up to Jay Prince. Trust me, I'm a big Ghetto Boys fan. I'm a big Rap a Lot fan. I used to listen to him when he was little. When he was Little J. When he was Little J, I was on it, and so I got mad respect for the man. But I need to see him do something. And this is from somebody who actually got mad respect for him. I need
Check
to
this
see
out,
him do
right?
something.
Check this out, right? That's you Starks. I don't respect them clowns at all. Straight like that. I don't respect they
Now,
clowns to me.
now,
They are
now, one thing.
clowns.
Now, one thing I don't respect is now I don't have any opinion on his sons. I don't have any opinion on that. But I'm saying how I grew up. What I grew up with the hip hop and stuff that I was listening to growing up. Certain rap groups I really liked, and the Ghetto Boys was one of them. You know, and he's the boss of the Ghetto Boys. So I have respect for him on that level. As far as what he did in Houston, I could really care less, honestly.
See, I
Um,
don't see me. I can't say I don't. See, my thing is I can't talk about it from a music standpoint of view with the Ghetto Boys because I never been in that type of genre of music. Now, the music I listened to was like,
yeah,
New York
yeah,
shit, New York
yeah.
shit. You know what I mean? Big
But you
L.
know,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
I listened to him
Yeah, yeah. You
too.
know what I'm saying? Cool C, Steady B.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I listen to Brand
but
Nubian. You know what I mean? Beat
but see,
Nuts. You know what I'm
I
saying? Stuff
listened to
like
the
that.
East Coast. I listened to every one of those artists that you named, but I also listened to other artists as well. Even the artists I didn't necessarily like, like even Uncle Luke and all of those. I gave them a gander. I listened to them too, just to hear what's going on. But the
I
Ghetto
used to listen to
Boys,
Poison Clan. You remember Poison
but yeah,
Clan?
me too. Yeah, me too. Yeah, that was JT Money and those boys. But
Yeah.
look though, but look though, arguably at one time, man, you couldn't go anywhere without hearing the Ghetto Boys.
Yeah,
You
the trick. My
couldn't get in
mind's
your
playing
car
tricks
without
on me.
hearing your mind's playing tricks on me.
Yeah,
So
that was
let's just
popular.
base it off of that song alone. That was a huge, huge song that changed hip hop, right? It brought it
Mm-hmm.
over closer to gangsterism. And Little J was the boss man. Little J put all of that together. He put all of those artists together.
Well, much
He put the
respect
producer
due.
together.
Well, much respect
So
due on that level.
so that's where the respect came in on my level. Now, as
All
far as
right.
this gangster shit, I didn't know anything about this until here recently. They say he's the gangster boogeyman. I'm like, what the fuck did he do? He used to own a car lot. Like I know the backstory. He used to own a car lot. Like I get it. His brother, Sir Rap a Lot, got killed, and that's how he renamed the label after his brother, Sir Rap a Lot. So I get the backstory. So that's where the respect came in. But now, fast forward
Oh,
to
that's his
today.
brother. Sir Rap-A-Lot is his brother. Cause that's who I know.
I mean, if you know hey, I mean, Sir Rap a Lot was his brother, and he got killed. So that's where the Rap-A-Lot Records comes from.
And see, I didn't even
But
know, and I didn't even know Sir Rap-A-Lot got killed. You understand? Because I remember his tune. I used to
oh
love his little
man,
song.
Sir Rap-A-Lot got not Sir Mix-a-Lot, but Sir Rap-A-Lot got
Yes,
killed. He got killed years ago. And to be honest with you, Sir Rap-A-Lot really was never on like that. But
yes.
um um anyways, fast forward to today, and you have Jay Prince, the gangster, the mobster, the boss. You don't have any Willie D. Willie D and Scarface, they got a podcast which is doing awfully good. Um, Respect to the Ghetto Boys podcast. It's a jumping podcast. Um, Bushwick Bill, rest in peace. And you got Jay Prince, who has really stepped out into the forefront. Now it's really all about Jay Prince. It ain't so much all about the Ghetto Boys anymore. It's more so about Jay Prince, the boss. So, as a boss, and a very powerful one, because I mean, what he got NBA YoungBoy his keys back. He got him his damn lunch money back. Got him his chain. Got him everything back. He got a New York rapper his chain that was stolen back. Yo, can't you just go ahead and just end this thing? Get this boy up to the front here. This one right here. He's the one did it. It wasn't under no authorization of my son. My son didn't say go. My son didn't say nothing. He did it on
That's
his
all he
own
got to
accord.
say.
That's all you gotta say. He did it. I'll have my son say, "Yo, I didn't tell him to do shit. He
All
did it
this
because he
riddle,
wanted to impress
all
me."
this riddle me this, all this riddle me this, and riddle me that shit, man. Get out of here with that, man. We ain't talk straightforward, man, because you don't hang yourself by what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? You
And
about to hang yourself.
real men, we say what we mean, and we mean what we say. All of this riddle shit, you save that for the movies. Like that sounds good in a movie, but if
But
that was
this
my
is why.
situation,
But
what
this
happened?
is why I agree with Mr. Charleston White. They are proving him right what he's saying about them. If they want to shut a person up, all you gotta do is change your behavior. Make some kind of change. And we see that's why Kevin Gates, much respect, he went back and straight his face like, bro, I don't move like that. Say something to the brother to make him know, say you don't move like that. But you know what I'm saying? But you got these guys watching too much damn Corleone movies. And they're not about that life. They really don't know that life like that. I'm gonna be real. Because I have a similar background. And them guys don't move like that. Right in the RDU area. Them guys don't play that. Bro, if you violate and you relate to them, you their son, you get in trouble, and they know they've helped you big up yourself and made you money, and they got you on the right path, and you violate and you do something wrong, you going to jail. You're not gonna take the family down. That's not how that works, bro. Let's go
Any
to the
any
Corleone movie. And
any
I'm just saying
any
this to speak. The Corleone movie. When Michael Corleone did what he did, bro, and his brother Fredo went out there and violated, sold drugs, did everything he wanted to do, killed people. Michael didn't give him no pass. He told him he got to
no.
swim with the fishes.
Any real man ain't gonna have that, bro. Any real man ain't gonna have that, bro. Any real
Yes.
man ain't gonna have that. They ain't gonna stand for that to destroy their family. So
No, man, that's against
we'll
you
see
against the
what he
family.
does. We'll
We'll
see. We'll
see.
see. Hopefully he does what he needs to do. So all right. So that was a very very good conversation, bro. I've got to keep it within the forum of the show. We're getting
Mm-hmm.
towards the end of it really fast here. So
Okay.
let's go ahead and get on to the next forum of the show, and that is shotgun questions.
Ah, boy,
Um,
here we go, the man. Here we go.
that's a big one nowadays. So you ready for this, man? You got your one? You ready to go?
Yeah, man, always. You know me, I stay ready. The one scene, one hit maker.
Okay, here we go. Super Cat or Buju Banton?
Both.
Sunflowers or roses?
Roses.
M&M's or Snickers?
None at all.
Trout or flounder?
Flounder.
Head right or go straight?
Go straight.
New car or new shoes?
New car.
Early in the morning or very late at night?
Both.
All right. You with the both. You with the both. All right. Okay. Good answers. Okay, so what we usually do at the very, 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 very end, of course. I know you've been on the show before, and you know we usually do a weird question. It's not really that weird. It's just an odd question, and we just give you a minute to answer, and then we let you go ahead and let everybody know what you're into. So here's the question.
What you want?
Okay. I was like, who's that? Is that someone here? Okay, here's the
Nah, it's
question.
something in the background. You know how it go.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. Here's the question.
Mm-hmm.
No, ma'am.
If a tree falls in an empty forest and no one hears it, did it actually fall?
No, it didn't actually fall. It has not actually fell. Because any tree that any tree that falls, you're gonna hear it. It's gonna make your sound. Where they.
You know what, bro? You know what? You're absolutely right. It ain't that like if a tree falls and no one see it, but if a tree falls,
Hey,
did
you
I
don't
say
hear
hear it?
it.
I said hear it, right?
Yes.
Did I say hear it? I said
No,
hear
you
it.
said if a tree. No, you said if a
I
tree
said
falls.
see it.
Nah.
If a tree falls and no one hears it, did it actually fall?
Yes.
And you said no, it did not fall. And I said you're absolutely right. Because who the fuck knows if it fell or not?
Yeah, nobody.
Nobody. All right, bro. Well, I mean, I appreciate you, bro. Let everybody know what you got going on. When's your next episode dropping?
My next episode should be between tonight or tomorrow, brother. You know how I do.
Yes, sir.
Matter
Yes,
of
sir. Do
fact,
you know the
after I
next
get off
topic?
this, huh?
Do you know the next topic?
The next topic will be on word power. It will
Okay.
be don't bite the hand that feeds you.
Nice. Nice. Looking forward to it, my brother.
Don't bite the
Looking
hand that
forward to
feeds you.
it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, my brother. I'll see you there, man. Until next time, man. I'd like to thank everybody for coming out and watching the We Can Talk Basketball and Music podcast. And I'd like to thank my man, Salim Bey, for coming out and hollering at me. I appreciate you, brother. Talk to you soon.
Much blessing, brother. Bless up, Zan.
Much
All right.
blessing.